The New York Jets just made two sneaky, huge signings to their practice squad, and I'm about to break them both down on the Jets Digest. What's up, guys? I'm Matt. The New York Jets this week just signed Kene Nwangwu and ex-New York Jets center Connor McGovern to their practice squad to help the Jets going forward for this season. So, the first guy they signed on Monday was kick returner, punt returner Kene Nwangwu. He is he was a second-team All-Pro for the Minnesota Vikings, and now he signs in New York. So, what's a second-team All-Pro? An All-Pro are people who are voted by the members of the Associated Press they're voted as the best at their position in the National Football League. So, Kene Nwangwu was voted as a top 4 punt returner, kick returner in the league in 2022. And now, for some reason, the Minnesota Vikings have decided they're going to cut him and allow the Jets to get a guy who could potentially help their special teams unit moving forwards. So, Kene is a 6'1", 209-pound running back, kick returner guy out of Iowa State, the same college as New York Jets' current running back, Breece Hall. They were actually teammates together, and Kene was the backup for Breece while they were playing their college days. So, Kene, like I said before, big body, 6'1", 609 pounds, but he's also very, very fast. At the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.340, which was one of the fastest times that year. So, this year, with the new rule changes to the NFL's dynamic kickoff, it's important to have bigger kick returners because there are going to be more returns and your guys need to be able to hold up. So speaking of the new dynamic kickoff, here we have a picture of it. You can see how the kicker and the returner are in the same spots as they've been in the past, but everyone else has been moved to a different spot on the field. So now you can see the returning team has their heels on the 30-yard line, while the kickoff unit is only 5 yards away from them. But the thing is, they can't move until the ball is either caught by the return man or hits the ground in what's called the landing zone in between the 20-yard line and the goal line, or in the end zone. Once that happens, madness ensues. The return team tries to block the other guys, and the kickoff team tries to go get the return man. So a guy like Kene, he was great in the old style of kickoffs, and now that it's different, his game undoubtedly has changed, but the Jets have decided to take a flyer on him to see if he can impact their special teams unit in an important way. So the Jets made this signing on Monday, which was the day after the big-time debut of the new dynamic kickoff. So there was one game on Thursday, one game on Friday, but that gave us only a small sample size of what the dynamic kickoff was. The New York Jets got their biggest chance to see these kickoffs on Sunday when, of course, we had NFL Red Zone. We had a ton of teams playing on Sunday. They got a great opportunity to take a look at other teams' strategies for the kickoffs and to potentially take a look at their roster and see how they could use their guys to implement the strategies of the teams on Sunday, of the strategies that worked. So, Kene Nwangwu, he's going to be a player. He's going to fit in with, we have Malachi, Isaiah Davis, and Tashawn Gipson on our kickoff unit right now, and he's going to be trying to work in with them to get a spot for himself as well on that team. Now, we're going to go over to his stats. Well, there's a sneak peek. We're first going to go over to his stats, which is he had, in that 2022 year where he was voted as a second-team All-Pro, he had 920 kick return yards and a touchdown, averaging 26.3 yards per return. Now, that sounds like something the Jets can use. Of course, you can see his 2023 numbers, which are significantly less impressive and no doubt led to his release by the Vikings. But the Jets, like I said, it's just a flyer, very cheap, cost us a practice squad spot, nothing too important. Now, the other fun practice squad sign that they made was one of our guys, Connor McGovern. He was on the team last year. He was actually on the team from 2020 to 2023. It was one of the only good linemen we had during that stretch, because the Jets' offensive line, we remember it, unfortunately, all too well, where they struggled greatly against what seemed to be every other team's defense. Just Zach Wilson was under so much pressure. Breece Hall He had some gaps to run through, which he really made the most out of. But the bottom line was that offensive line was not good enough. But Connor McGovern was one of the bigger, more impactful, better blockers on that line. So now he comes back to make a run with the Jets. He gives us more depth at the interior offensive line positions, which includes left guard, right guard, and center. He can play all three of them. Right now, we really like our center, Joe Tippmann, out of Wisconsin. He is going into his second year now, and he is hopefully going to be a big piece for the New York Jets organization going forwards. However, should he be injured or anyone else on that interior offensive line, our right guard, Elijah Vera Tucker, he's unfortunately suffered from season-ending injuries the last 2 years. So I would love to say he's going to stay healthy, and he probably will stay healthy this year, but he has a history of not being healthy. So in case we need another body, we got Connor McGovern can potentially fill in and take that, and he can just give us another body on the offensive line. We remember what happened last year where there were so many offensive line combinations. We had to go to free agency. We had to anywhere that there was offensive linemen to be found, we had to go pick them up last year because it was that bad. We got that unlucky with injuries, and we had Zach Wilson, who is a mobile quarterback. He's able to get away from pass rushers when they get through the line. Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old, off an Achilles injury. He is not a mobile quarterback. He is only going to be able to go as far as that offensive line can protect him. So we need to make sure that we have as many able bodies ready at all times. So if the offensive line is caving in on him, he's not going to be able to take a snap and run away from the pressure like Zach was. He needs to be protected, and that is going to be what makes this New York Jets offense go this year. So, also, in 2023, when Connor McGovern re-signed with the Jets, he stated that one of the reasons they re-signed was the people in the organization. And that is a great thing to hear because that means the players like the coaches, the staff on the New York Jets, they like the front office, they just like all the people involved with the New York Jets. And that is a big, important thing because when it comes to free agency, any free agent can pick to sign with any team that they want. And we want them to come to the Jets. And New York City, it's a big market. That is a big point for some people. But some guys, just the people is what matters to them. And it's really, really encouraging to see that Connor McGovern thinks that the people in the New York Jets organization are important, and that's why you should sign with the Jets. Now, also, Corey Davis, he retired over this offseason. He retired over last offseason. He was another guy who stated that the Jets people were really special, and this is a really good thing for the Jets going forwards. But as far as these signings go, it shows that Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, they're not content with this roster. They're happy with it, as most Jets fans are, but they're not complacent, which is a very important word because it means they're happy, but they still want more. They still want the roster to be as good as it can possibly be going forwards as the New York Jets try to make the playoffs for the first time in 13 years and hopefully try to compete for a Super Bowl this February. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.